yesterday when I went live and talked about everyone grieves differently, people should stop asking questions about Erica Kirk. A lot of people on the internet, they're seeing what we all have been seeing. Things that doesn't seem right, her behavior, her actions, and we have a right to question and ask questions about it. But I wanted to circle back, and that's the reason why I came back live today because I didn't really articulate my words because I'm getting off this cold weather, this cold that I have, excuse me, and I didn't really articulate what I really wanted to say. So that's what I'm doing right now. So, therefore, where's the outrage in Erica? Where is the outrage? Where is the anger? What I'm seeing, I'm just seeing a woman that's just moving on and trying to continue her husband's legacy. I don't see a woman that's pissed. I don't see her enraged. I don't see her asking questions. I don't see her doing anything but just moving along and just let everything be bygones be bygones. That's the impression that I'm getting. I heard that she wants a speedy trial with Tyler Robinson because it seemed like, a lot of people asking questions and she just wants it to go very fast and very quickly. Well, unfortunately, it's not up to her. It's really up to Tyler Robinson and his lawyers if they want a quick, speedy trial and just be done with it. It's not really up to Erica Kirk to make that decision. So even though she wants it, she's not going to get it. Now, for me, an outside looking in, and this is not even my husband, okay? I never even met Charlie Kirk. But if that was my husband, right? And the FBI told me they got the killer, right? And then they shared with me what Tyler Robinson shared with his lover, Lance. And they presented this text messages to me. And I started to read it. I'm thinking to myself, something doesn't seem right if I was Erica. So I had the text message, and I'm going to read to you what the text messages said, which we all know what it does say. But there's some things that I highlighted, put a question mark, and me, an outside person looking in, and I'm not even Charlie's wife, I have questions. If the FBI gave me this and showed me what Tyler Robinson exchanged with his lover Lance, I would be questioning the text messages. Now, we don't know if Erica did ask questions or question the text messages. We don't know. But it seemed like to me, she's believing the FBI narrative. So this is some of the parts really strike me, and I had to go back and read it again. So this is Lance responding to Robinson. I thought they caught the person. Robinson, no. They grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogate someone in the similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of the side of the town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Stop right there. Drop point? That's something that an FBI would say. Not a Gen Z, by the way. Drop point? No. And then what really concerned me also, vehicle lingering. No Jay-Z, no Gen Z will say that, okay? No one will say that type of word unless you're under 70 years old, okay? 70 years old. So that is concerning. Interrogate someone. Again, question mark, doesn't make any sense. Then Robinson continues to say, I can't get close to it, but there is a squad car. Again, what Gen Z would say a squad car? They would say a cop car, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Then they continue to say, park right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Then Robinson continues to say, I am worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back my grandpa's rifle. Now, the man just confessed. Okay, you just confessed that you just publicly assassinated Charlie Kirk. Now you're worrying about some freaking rifle of your grandfather? Like, if you don't put it back, that you may be grounded? It doesn't make any sense. I'm just seeing an outside person looking in. If I was Erica reading this text messages, I'm like, my guy, I would say, Cash Patel, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't seem like, you know, a person would write this. This is more of a like Chat GPT doing this, or some FBI agent cooped up this text messages. It doesn't make any sense. Me, I will question it. I'm sorry, I just would not go by and believe the FBI narrative because they tend to lie. I will question it. And my thing is why she's not questioning it. Why she's not asking questions. She's just basically believing what they're giving her without even doing her own investigation. Now, I'm not saying that Erica Kirk is a law enforcement or a cop, but have common sense. Use your critical thinking. Think outside the box. You know what I mean? Put two and two together. Like 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I mean? And I just feel like she's not doing that. I just feel like she just not, to me, she doesn't even really care. On top of that, she knew her husband was getting bullied by these Jewish donors. She knew that. And after the assassination, she don't even like question or ask the FBI, listen, my husband been getting these text messages from Jewish donors, been harassing him. And he even said, Charlie Kirk in his own word, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. So, again, if my husband was killed, I will be raising hell. I will be outraged. I will be going after everyone. Okay? Everyone. No one cannot stop me. Period. That would be me. I would be a woman scorned. Okay? Everyone would feel my wrath. Everyone would be fired. I would be questioning everyone. And on top of that, I wouldn't be trusting anyone. Okay? Because it seemed like, to me, if that was my husband, no one's not going to have my back but God and the people that I really trust and the people that will really, really have my back and will not play games with me and will not lie to me in my face. And apparently, a lot of people are lying to Erica, okay? And also, she's believing these lies and she's believing these narratives. She's not asking questions. She doesn't seem like things are a little bit off. Now, I don't know how her IQ is, but it seems like she's a very smart, intelligent person, but it seems like she's not, because she's not asking the questions. She's not asking the tough questions. She's not questioning anyone. Charlie Kirk had the head of the security to protect him. He paid them lots of money, okay? Lots of money to protect him, to protect everywhere he goes. And they failed. Brian Hartpole was the head of the security among his teams along with him. Okay, their job was to secure that campus, make sure that campus was secure, make sure there was no threat against Charlie Kirk, checking the roof, checking everything, having drones, and they decide not to do that. Why? Because I believe, in my own opinion, they were planning that assassination to eliminate Charlie Kirk. Okay, that's why they didn't check. That's why they didn't check the roof. They didn't do anything. They just did the bare minimum. And then they're saying that they did their job. No, they didn't do their job. They failed. Their blood is on their hands. And Erica Kirk didn't fire them right away. She didn't let go Brian Hartpole right away. That was me. And your job is to protect my husband, and you fail, you'd be fired immediately. I'd be raising hell. I would be suing your company. She didn't even do that. I'd be suing them. Because your job is to protect my husband. Your job is to risk your life for my husband because he paid you some top dollars to do that and you decide not to do that. That would be me. And it's so funny that Candace Owens is doing everything to get to the bottom of the truth. Everything. You know, risking her life, her reputation, whatever everyone is saying to her. And that's not even her husband. You understand? Think about that. That's not even her husband, and she's going all out, risking everything for the truth. And what Erica Kirk is doing, just promoting Turning Point USA, donate your money, register, having all their employees put their blood, sweat, and tears, working 20, 80 hours a week with no sleep, firing them left and right. Where's the outrage? I see more outrage towards with Candace Owens than Erica Kirk. And that's not even her husband. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Something doesn't seem right. But again, a lot of people say, everybody grieves differently. Leave Erica alone. Everyone agrees differently. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry to say this. That and she just forgives Tyler Robinson so quickly. I forgive him. I forgive him. I'm sorry. I'm not in that forgiving stage. Maybe she was, but I'm not. That was me, and that was my husband being publicly assassinated, or if someone took my children out or killed my kids, I'm not going to be forgiving. I'm going to be a woman with rage, a woman that wants to go after everyone. I want to seek revenge. Yes, that's just me. I'm going to seek revenge, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get to the bottom of the truth. Because what this text message is saying, and what the FBI is saying, doesn't make any sense. I would have questioned that. What she's saying that Charlie Kirk said in his text in a group chat that they are trying to kill me. Now, if I was Erica, I'd be saying to the FBI, well, this doesn't make any sense because my husband he had a group text message with people, okay, saying that they are going to they are going to kill me. Now, reading this text messages that you just presented to me, who's they? Is my husband referring to they as Tyler Robinson? Who is they? That's what I'd be saying to Cash Patel or any investigator that's came up to me. I would be questioning, who is they? So the text message that my husband said in the group chat, okay, is my husband referring to Tyler Robinson? Because he said they. Now, did my husband knew that Tyler Robinson was going to kill him that day? Because that was before he got assassinated. You see what I'm saying? I'll be asking all these questions. I don't think she was asking all these questions. I don't think she really cares because in my opinion, I believe that Erica Kirk had common knowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I believe that. And that's just my opinion. Okay? Don't shoot me for having an opinion. That is my opinion. I believe that Erica Kirk had some type of common knowledge of Charlie Kirk assassination. Because why she's not going hard like Candace Owens? Why she's not questioning things? Why she's not angry? Why she's not enraged? All to me, it sounds like she's just happy, laughing, full of joy. And the reason why I'm seeing this is because of the recording. The recording, 11 days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, she was just so excited and thrilled that the team pulled off the memorial, the century of the, I'm trying to word it, the memorial of the century, yeah. Okay, talking about numbers, how much money they got, how much everything got pulled off. Just listen again what she said. And that questions everything. But hey, everyone says that everybody agrees differently, and maybe you shouldn't listen to, you're reading her content, you're reading it different. That's not what she meant. She's not like excited and happy about her husband's murder. But to me, and outside looking in by listening to that auto recording, to me, it seemed like she's more happy about the numbers are coming in, people are being registered, people are buying hats and merchants, than her just articulate how bad and upset she feels about the assassination of her husband. You get what I'm saying? There's no rage. There's no pouring outrage. There's no upset with the FBI. There's no upset with the head of the security. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, well, she just has a forgiving heart. I'm like, okay, yes, you will get there. Everyone is different. You will get there to have that forgiving heart and for forgiveness. But for me, I don't think I can forgive someone right away if they took someone that I love. If they took someone that I love, if they took my children, I'm not going to be forgiving right away. No, I want to seek revenge. Even though it says in the Bible, don't seek revenge, revenge is all mine. Meaning that when I say seek revenge, meaning that I'm going to get to the bottom of the truth, not meaning that I'm going to attack or hurt someone. When I say revenge, for me, I'm saying I want to get to the bottom of the truth. I'm not going to listen to anyone's narratives or believe what they're saying, because you can't trust anyone. Okay, everyone have their own agenda why they don't want to get to the bottom of the truth. I don't understand why they don't follow the money. I don't understand why they don't question Tyler Bowler, because he seems like he's very shady, and he has done some shady things, and he has a past. Why no one's not questioning him? Because maybe he's one of the Zionists. That's why. That's why no one's not questioning him, because he has a criminal past. He has a record. He likes to embezzle and steal money from companies and stuff like that. He's been doing that allegedly. Turning point, action. You get what I'm saying? So there's something there, but they're not going to question it because he's probably one of the Zionists. Okay? And it seems like a lot of people are aware of this, but they're not saying anything about it, because at the end of the day, it's about the money in that organization. This is not a Christian organization. I can say that full stop. This is not a Christian organization, because what they're doing and their behavior is not Christ-like. It's not. And I can guarantee you that God sees everything, and things are going to crumble. Things are going to fall, because you cannot say that you're Christian and act like that. You cannot say that you are spreading the word, spreading the gospel, and you doing these type of things, these type of behaviors, lying, stealing, covering it up, stealing money. It says it in the Bible, clearly. And then you use people and threaten them with Bible verses. You think God would do that? You think God would do that to people? Again, that's not Christ-like. You don't weaponize the Bible. You don't weaponize the scripture to make other people feel bad and make them feel that they're doing something wrong, when technically, in reality, you're doing something wrong. You're being shady, but you know you're doing that, but you're manipulating the person by using scriptures to make them feel bad, for them to do your bidding. And that's wrong. And that's not right. And that's what I say, when things are hidden in the dark, things are going to come to the light. When you do disgusting things and you use the Bible and you use God, you don't think God is going to punish you? You don't think you're going to feel God's wrath? And that's the thing I don't understand, how people are not afraid. And then they call themselves Christians. I don't understand how they can do all these things to Turning Point employees among other people, and they call themselves Christians, and they're not afraid of God. That's the thing. They're not fearful. And they don't understand that God can do anything. I'm fearful for even telling a small lie, because I know that I'm going to get the repercussion of my actions if I lie. Even though if it's a small lie, I know I'm going to get punished somehow by God. And it always happens that way. That's why it's good to tell the truth. That's why it's good not to lie and to have secrets and cover up stuff. Just be honest and authentic. But people are not capable of doing that, you guys. It's all about money at the end of the day. Money, money, money. That's all they care about. Money, fame, trying to be in Hollywood, trying to be relevant, which it shouldn't even be all about that. It's about doing good things, doing God's work. That's the most important thing. And being humble about it, being graceful about it, not being deceitful and shady and then just being nasty. So yeah, I'm asking questions, and everyone should too. Everyone's seeing what's happening here. No one's not blind, but Erica and her PR, they want you to make it seem like everything is fine. This is not what it is, blah, blah, blah. Like, people are not stupid. People have eyes. People see the behavior when people lose when people lose their loved ones in a tragedy. Like I said, everyone grieves differently, but this doesn't seem right. Her behavior seems very off-putting. It doesn't seem right. It seems like a woman who cares more about the stats, more about the money, than her own husband's legacy. She like I said yesterday, and I want to say it again. Not once she talked about Charlie, like meaning like his earlier days. Obviously, you know, when they first met, they had a conversation, they got to know each other, stuff like that. She don't even talk about the early days of Charlie Kirk, how he liked sports, basketball. He played football, I believe. He was very athletic. He likes to run and stuff like that. Nothing, not. She doesn't even talk about like little stuff about his childhood, so people can resonate with that. None of that. Nothing. Like small things, like a nickname that you call him, stuff that he says to his children. Nothing that people can relate to. All it's about is turning point, turning point, turning point, turning point. That's all it's about. It's nothing about Charlie. She never talks about Charlie, how he started the organization from a young age as 18 years old, didn't go to college and started from nothing and built this amazing organization to help young people. She don't even talk about that. Especially people who never met or never even heard of Charlie Kirk. They just go based on the internet and what they see. None of that. It's all about just business as usual, making money, having people register for chapters, and signing up for Turning Point and going to these events and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And that's a grieving widow. I'm sorry. No, it seemed like a woman who just more concerned about the donors, more concerned of donors bringing in the money, more concerned about what she wants Turning Point to be, opposed to what her husband wanted Turning Point. And it's just really sad. And this is just my opinion. I'm not accusing Erica Kirk of anything. I just want to make that very clear. But I do have an opinion, and I do have that right to voice my opinion. And like I said, and I stand by this, I believe she has some type of common knowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Because why act like that? Why behave like that? Why send people a cease and desist letter to Zach from Wolves and Finance, to Candace Owens when she signed his contract. And Candace Owens has a point. She never foreseed what was going to happen on 9/10. She had no idea that Charlie Kirk was going to be assassinated. No one does. No one did, excuse me. So how can you send a cease and a desist letter to this woman, a contract that she signed many, 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 many moons ago, okay, not knowing what was going to happen? Even though, like I said yesterday, Charlie Kirk prophesied his death. He knew he was going to die at a young age. He knew that. Okay? He even dreamt about it vividly so many times, as per Candace Owens said. Okay? That's why dreams are powerful. And I didn't tell you this yesterday, and I'm telling you this now. Charlie Kirk had a gift of dreams as well. Most people have gifts of dreams. Not everyone. Okay? And the gifts of dreams, they're real. God gives that gift to certain people who can handle it, who's equipped to it. Like I said, I don't have gifts of dreams. Do I dream? Yeah, sometimes I don't even remember. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense to me. But certain people have those gifts of dreams. And those gifts of dreams that certain people have, like Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, my best friend, my mother, and when they dream about things so vividly, and it's a consistent dream, those dreams come to pass. And they're not crazy. They're not. So when Candace Owens said that, and she mentioned that Charlie Kirk, I believe her, full stop, because that happened to my best friend. Because she dreams very vividly, and her dreams are very strong, and she records them. And when she records them and had me listen to it, and the things that she said, it came to pass. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I knew she was not full of you know what. I knew she was telling the truth. But when you tell certain people that, they don't believe. They think you crazy. They think you cuckoo for cuckoo pops. They think that you're out of your mind. They think, oh, it's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's nothing. Dreams don't mean anything. Yes, they do. They do. Most of the time, they do. They do. And it's not something to be mocked. It's not something to make fun of. It's a real thing. And I just want to make that very clear. But listen to this audio again. And call me crazy. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Erica. But again, by listening to that audio recording, to me, it does not sound like a grieving widow. It sounds like a woman that was very excited, very happy that the memorial of Charlie Kirk was a success. Everything went well. Money was coming in. A lot of people doing it. $250 million they made. You get that? $250 million they made. And she fired 40 of her employees. And she called them family. Wow. 40. And she said, that's my family. That's my turning point family. I will be there for you. And I'm just paraphrasing what she said. Anything you need, I will be there. Because you're family and I don't want you to leave. But she fired him anyway. Is that Christ-like? Is that Christian behavior? No. So take a listen.
I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have...
I just want to stop right there. You see what I'm saying? Now, compare that if you guys did watch the speech of Vanessa Bryan, okay? There was a lot of people in that basketball stadium, a lot of them. But you don't see her saying that. You don't see her saying that. And that's the difference that I'm trying to explain to you guys. You don't see that. People went there to pay their respect, to mourn of Kobe Bryant. But you don't see Vanessa saying after the fact of that eulogy that she made a statement like that. Like, wow, so many people attended my husband's my eulogy, my husband's eulogy, my speech. You know, so many people, you know, you guys should just, you know, donate to the organization of the Lakers. You know, you should buy t-shirts and hats. You didn't hear her say none of that. Because she could, in my opinion, she didn't care about that. She lost her husband and her daughter from that tragic helicopter crash. You get that? And that woman was mourning. Watching it again, I had to stop because I felt it. Even though that was not my husband or my daughter, but I can resonate and I can relate because I can't imagine losing a husband and a child like that. And you could feel her pain. You could feel her sorrow. You could feel it. You could resonate with that because you picture yourself if that was you in that situation. You don't see it, Vanessa doing that after when she was done with her speech, 4 months later, a week later. But you see this woman just so happy, celebrating the fact that she made money and 275 people attended the memorial century, or the event of the century, whatever. It's disgusting. And people should be outraged of the behavior that she said in this audio. This, to me, in my opinion, this is not a grieving widow. This is bad, poor behavior. Okay? And I'm saying it. So if someone wants to come at me for saying that, then so be it. It's my opinion. Okay? It's utterly disgusting.
Was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. Just phenomenal, their incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep. Again, you guys are
Fired them all.
breathing angels, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And obviously a huge thank you to the Mosaic team. VI, you guys are 10 out of 10. Like we have the most incredible team. We just do. And you guys know that, and you guys are all a part of that. And I am so, so thankful. And if you do have a moment and you run into any of those staff members that you know had a role in this, and you know that they put a lot of their time and effort into it, just say thank you. There's something really special to be seen in moments like this, and it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys. And so the fact that you just, a simple thank you. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective.
It's just disgusting. Like, it's just crazy. Morbid, really? Basically, you don't want people to question what's been going on, what people are seeing at Turning Point, like your behavior, the things that you're doing to your staff, and you call your staff your family. These employees put their blood, sweat, and tears, not getting any sleep, trying to please you, trying to make you happy because you manipulate, saying that, oh, this is what Charlie Kirk will want. This is what the Bible say. You make these young employees feel bad. It's utterly disgusting. And now you just let them go. And now they're all coming out and saying things. You see what I'm saying? What you do to others is going to come back to you. You can't just fire people for no apparent reason. Even though it's not against the law, they have the right to do that. But you fire them with no probable cause, no reason. You just got to go. You have to leave. And I don't owe you any explanation, basically. Okay? Turning the organization is, what's the word that Frank said? In a different direction. And that makes no sense. What different direction? You just said, you fired someone, you let someone go who made you money. $250 million. Made you millions in that organization. And you just got to say, well, the organization has a different direction. So therefore, you got to go. Turn in your swipe card, turn in your laptop, turn in everything. We will give you your last paycheck and you have to go. And you cannot question anything. This is what it is. This is how it's going to be. And we don't want to hear your foolishness. Get out. And we have our security to escort you out. Now, that's very nice. To the people that bend over backwards to make money for your organization. I'm just saying. But that's her family. That's her family. And check out this video. That's the thing I don't understand that Erica Kirk said, that she was not aware of the text, the group text message that Charlie Kirk said when he said that they are trying to kill me. Like, you have your husband's phone. Obviously, he said it in another a WhatsApp app, whatever. But you have your husband's phone. You should know this. This is your husband. You know what I mean? You even said you know everything. So therefore, to me, it seems like you don't know everything, okay? Because clearly, other people have verified these text messages. Turek, okay, even said that Charlie Kirk should have more security because he was afraid of Charlie Kirk's well-being. Okay, even a lot of people were aware of this, and it seemed like she wasn't aware of this, and then she backtracked and said, "Oh, it was in the other app of Telegram or whatever, or WhatsApp." So I'm saying, the lies that she tells, she can't keep track of her lies. She lies after lies after lies, and to me, when you lie, you look very guilty, especially the small lies. The small lies that may not be irrelevant. You used to date? Yes. Okay, before you met Charlie Kirk. Did you drink? Yes. Okay, even though it doesn't accuse her of anything, but just little small lies, sending cease and desist letters because people just asking questions, not accusing her, just asking questions. Like if you ask any questions about the Turning Point organization, then you are doing defamatory things, you're saying bad things that's not true, and like we can't ask questions, we can't investigate, we can't look into stuff anymore. So basically we just have to believe what you're saying, believe what the FBI say. No, thank you. Like get out of my face with that. Get out of my face. Because no one is buying it. And there's nothing that you can say or do with lawsuits or anything to stop people from having an opinion, for stopping people to think. We're not doing that anymore. This is not the 60s, okay? And people got to understand that. This is not the 60s. People are allowed to think, people are allowed to ask questions, and people are allowed to investigate. Because it seems like the only person that's doing it is Candace Owens. It seems like Candace Owens cares more about Charlie Kirk's death than his own wife. And that's just the truth. She's putting more effort to get to the bottom of the truth than his own wife. So basically, Erica is just believing what they're telling her, their attorneys and everything, and that's it. Me, I say, hell no, full stop. I'm not believing anything. I want to be involved. I want to know what's going on. And if it doesn't sit right with me, then I need to ask questions. I'm going to ask questions, and I'm not going to let this go. That would be me if I was the wife, if I was the widow. Okay? I would not believe my lawyers. I would fire my lawyer, actually, if he's giving me bad reputation. Bad representative. That's what I wanted to say. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'll fire a lot of people. That would just be me. Fire a lot of people. And I would do an investigation of the money. And to me, I wouldn't even care about the donors. I would tell the donors to F off. Get out of my face. I don't need your money. I don't need it. This is just me. I'd rather let Turning Point fall, even though my husband worked hard to build that organization. I'd rather let it crumble. I don't give a shit about the money. I'd rather just get to the bottom of the truth. Who killed my husband? Because right now, my husband, I don't have my husband. My children don't have a father anymore. I'm a single mom. Like, what the hell? That's me. I would say that. I wouldn't care about the money. I'd rather care about the truth. And finding out the truth, who did this to my husband, so the person who actually killed my husband will be reprimanded. Will be arrested and charged for the death of my husband. That would just be me. I wouldn't give a shit about the money. I would let the organization crumble. That's just me. And start from scratch. You know what I mean? Put it to rest. That would just be me. But it seems like people are more focused on the organization and the money and the bribe, opposed to getting to the bottom of the truth, what happened to this man. That's just me. Okay, I know everyone is different, but that's just me. If I was a grieving widow, I wouldn't care. I would have told those donors to F off. I don't need your money. You can threaten me all you want. You can do whatever to me all you want. I don't care, because I'm not afraid. I'm not fearful, because I have God on my side. I don't fear no man. And it seems like these people, they don't fear God, obviously. They don't feel God's wrath, but they should. They should, because God is coming for each and every one of these people that were involved in this. You best believe. You wait and see. Don't take my word for it. You wait and see. You wait and see. That's what I'll be telling these donors. Take your money. I don't give a shit about your money. I care about the truth. I want to know what really happened to my husband on that day on 9/10. Okay? That's what I would have said to them. And you want to come after me? Come after me. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready, because I know I have the full armor, and I know that God is on my side. So let's go. Let's go. Your threats, all that stuff means nothing to me, because I don't fear that. I fear God. And God forbid, if I have to go, at least I'm going with the fight. At least I'm going with the fight. That's just me, if I was a widow, if I was Erica. That's what I would say. But again, people are more concerned about money and the love of money than the truth. And that's actually sad. It's sad. It really is. It's really sad that they rather care about that and finding out what happened to this man, that who put his blood, sweat, and tears and sacrificed a lot to have this organization where it is right now. You get that? And no one doesn't care about that, except for the majority of the people who are investigating, who wants to know the truth, who wants to know what really happened and why. You know what I mean? And to the people that are involved to actually be prosecuted for their involvement. And everyone is just saying you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, you shouldn't be looking, you should just believe everything that you see, everything that people are saying. And I'm saying I reject that. I reject it. I reject it. But take a listen to this video.
Messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered.
Andrew Colbert is the person who received a text message from Charlie Kirk saying they're going to kill me.
He wrote me this, please pray for me. Quote, I know they want me dead.
I've seen the autopsy report.
He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
I wouldn't want to be you and be caught up in lying right now.
And I want to get on the Egyptian plane thing.
Not Charlie, but Erica was the one being tracked by these planes.
I gotta pause right there. That's something that I want to mention too. The Egyptian planes. She got so defensive of the Egyptian planes. If that was me, okay, and I was being followed by the Egyptian planes, I will question that. Okay, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'd be asking the Cash Patel, why the Egyptian planes been following me over a year? Like, what is going on here? Obviously, she doesn't want to question that because maybe she has some common knowledge about that. But she got so defensive when she was at that CBS town hall, okay, with Barron White. Is it Barron White? Yeah, whatever. And so defensive that it couldn't be me because I was pregnant, blah, blah, blah. No, sweetheart, no one didn't say that you were inside the plane, okay? They were saying that the plane was following you when you were traveling, okay? Again, so defensive, you're not hearing the words that people are saying, okay? And she don't even question that. She don't even question the Egyptian planes that they were following her and a little bit of Charlie Kirk, nothing like that. Me, I would be questioning. I would be asking questions. Her, no questions. Nothing.
68 overlaps with Erica's documented locations.
All those places they said I've traveled, I've never been.
These are all the instances.
You really think I'm going to be on an Egyptian plane while I am wanting to be with my In-N-Out burger and my chocolate milkshake? No.
Oh, Erica Kirk shuts down. No, she didn't even respond.
Stop.
Exactly.
Forgive him.
I could have never forgiven Tyler Robinson. I don't even think it's the person that killed Charlie Kirk.
Ah, damn, that's what I said. That's what I said. Who can forgive someone right away? That's just weird. I'm sorry. Looking back, I thought that was a brave thing that Erica did. Like, wow, a Christian, just forgive someone. But now looking, that's just too fast. I agree with Candace on. I could not forgive someone right away. I'm sorry. Eventually, yes, like I said yesterday, but not today. No, you just took the love of my life with my husband and you assassinated him so publicly like that. You think I'm going to forgive you? Eventually, yes. But no, I want to feel rage. I want to be angry. And I just want to come after every single body who did not protect my husband that day. Yeah, that's just me. And that's a normal grieving thing to feel. Okay, that's just the grieving process. To be angry, to be mad, to come after everyone. Okay? And not even accepting that he's actually dead. Because for me, I think I would be in disbelief. I'm like, no, he's alive. He's alive. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. No, he was not shot. That would be me. No, no, no. I would be so in denial that no, my husband's still alive. What are you talking about? Get out of my face. I want to see my husband. I would be all over the place. That's just me. But again, everybody grieves differently.
Think they've caught your husband's killer?
I trust our team.
They were like back on their feet the next day.
So many amazing things down the pipeline.
See, smiling. What's going on here? This is what I'm talking about. Smiling. Again, this does not look like a grieving widow. Just crazy to me. Me, I wouldn't even get out of bed, okay, and be on a podcast. I would be with my babies, okay, crying, moping, like, what the hell am I going to do? I just lost my husband. I'm a single mom. My children no longer have a father anymore. What the hell am I going to do? The last thing I'm going to be thinking about is being a CEO. Like, what the hell? I can't think about business right now. What I should be to me, I would be thinking about finding out who killed my husband. That's just me. I wouldn't even think about it. I would point someone else to take over for now and to deal with that and to focus on who assassinated my husband. That would be me. That would be my main goal and my main objective to do that, not to be the CEO. So I agree with Candace on that it was just too soon for her to take that lead right now. But again, it's all about the money.
So excited.
Watching these snakes. Oh,
Everyone grieves differently.
he said, if I tell you the true prophecy that I know in my gut, I am not sure if I will live to see the end of this revolution.
He didn't say that.
I believe you were the piece that God meant me to meet that will finish the fight.
This is not okay. It's not healthy.
The moment that Charlie got shot, I just knew he was betrayed.
My message to them is to stop. To stop.
I will be an enemy of you.
Amen. Amen. I agree. What Candace Owens said, I'd be an enemy of you. And she's not going to stop. So there's nothing that anyone can say or do. The woman's not going to stop. And she's getting closer and closer. And I even said it last year, and I'm going to say it again. We will know the truth. Bottom line. Full stop. We will know the truth, what really happened on 9/10. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And we are going to continue on investigating and finding out more details. And like Erica Kirk said, everyone grieves differently. Yeah, everyone grieves differently. So stop asking questions. Just believe the grieving widow, because you know she's doing the right thing for a turning point. When we all know it's complete opposites. Anyway, you guys, that's all I have to say on this lovely Sunday. Have a blessed Sunday, and thank you so much for joining me live today. And I will see you guys on the next live. Stay safe, God bless, and I love you all. And thank you so much.